Born in the USA. Legend, cult classic, and Hollywood dream, the Harley Davidson, an icon of motorcycle history. It stands for freedom and adventure. But then...
Donald Trump, our next president.
Now we're going to charge.
A new president, and the childhood dream starts to dull. Even the Harley mystique begins to fade. Ironically, it's Cuba, the U.S.'s ideological rival, where the American dream lives on. In spite of anti-Cuba policies, trade embargoes, and harsh travel bans. The legend lives on, all thanks to the Cubans' improvisational skills and zest for life. It's finally time for the biggest Harley meet in the country. Varadero, Cuba's most beautiful and famous beach resort, and once a year, the hotspot for bikers. Luisito is back once again with his Harley. A 1947 model.
This is the best part of my year.
Great time, great people.
A lot of people here we haven't seen all year.
It's very exciting.
This is awesome. We've all been waiting for this.
And now the big day. Everyone's on the move as the caravan rolls through the usually quiet beach town of Varadero. More than 100 Harleys, many of them classics. But some newer models have also joined the fan community. Times have changed, but the passion for Harleys here remains as strong as ever.
Really great. Totally satisfied. The absolute best.
Havana, somewhere in a quiet, unremarkable neighborhood called Cerro, far from the tourist crowds of old Havana. Here, Ling Chang has created something truly special. Behind these doors lies the country's classic bike hub. A descendant of Chinese immigrants, he collects whatever he can get his hands on. And despite all the challenges, he's turned his home into a Harley hangout.
I think the motorized police were once some of Harley Davidson's best customers in Cuba. But then, as we know, all exchanges between Cuba and the U.S. came to a halt. Every agreement was torn up.
Ling Chang lives for his classic bike shop, his love for Harleys in every corner.
This bike runs perfectly. I'd say she's the prettiest girl among all my Harleys. But I've got other brands too. This one's really strange. I fixed it up to suit my own taste. I found it in terrible shape, full of parts from Russian bikes. It was kind of a Frankenstein. And this is the bar. I set it up just the way I like it, with things that matter to me and details I've always liked. It's all made from recycled materials. Like this, for example, built from beer transport pallets. Let's celebrate Abel's birthday, our dear Abel, who's here to celebrate with us.
Life in Cuba can be tough, but the biker community sticks together.
Felicidades para Abel. Felicidades, Abel, en tu día. Que lo pase con sana alegría. Muchos años de paz y armonía. Abel. Felicidad, felicidad, felicidad.
Ling's wife, Ilse, a dance teacher, gets the crowd going with some merengue. Some here have come from far away. Silene and Alberto are from Holguin, about 800 kilometers from Havana. They met after a motorcycle accident. He was the rider, she was the doctor. The good vibes don't change the reality. Things in Cuba are tough. Scarce food supplies, power outages, few gas stations, fuel shortages, and almost no spare parts. How did they even manage the 800K from Holguin to Havana?
The fuel situation was tricky, so to make sure we even got here, we had to prepare and bring extra gas with us.
Sure, just don't ride the bike and everything will be fine. The dumbest question anyone can ask me is, how much gas does your bike use? I say, if I wanted to save fuel, I'd get an electric one. Just leave me and my Harley alone.
Déjame tranquilo con mi Harley.
So, besides what fits in the tank, we filled 5-litre water containers with gas. And that's how we finally made it here.
Cuba has power outages of up to 22 hours. There hasn't been a Harley dealer or any spare parts here for 60 years. And now, with the new U.S. president?
Most of our spare parts came in a suitcase. You can't send them in containers. So I just ask a friend, it's 5 pounds, can you bring it? That's how we do it. There are many Cubans with family here in Cuba. It won't be easy to cut off those connections.
The big event in Varadero isn't until Friday, but the excitement is already building. 2 days early, a smaller group from Havana's Harley Club sets off on a longer ride to the south coast. At dawn, they meet up on Cuba's only highway, heading towards Santa Clara.
I've been a biker for as long as I can remember. My dad and my grandpa were bikers too. We've always had motorcycles at home. For me, it's Harley or nothing. A Harley is a real motorcycle. Everything else is just a copy. The Harley is the motorcycle.
For now, it's still a waiting game. In Cuba, patience is part of life. Some riders are still tracking down fuel. Nothing here happens without planning.
We make sure we're prepared so we don't break down. Why? The trip isn't that long, but the bikes use different amounts of gas, some more, some less. And with the country's situation, you have to be sure. This is liquid luck.
The support vehicles are like rolling survival stations.
We've got everything, except beef, as they say. Gas, cookies, clothes, plenty of helmets, all you need for the trip. Everything necessary. Spare batteries, tools to fix things, everything. Ham. Nothing's missing.
It's finally almost time to hit the road.
This is the best. We wait all year for this weekend.
A group photo with the Harleys. Ilse is the only woman riding solo on her bike.
This weekend is everything. The moment everyone's been waiting for. It's when you drop everything to be with the big Harley family in Varadero. Nothing matters more than this ride on these days.
So what did she do to get road ready?
Lots of waiting in line for gas, then being super frugal with it, and gathering up everything else needed for the trip.
Finally, it's time to go. Hearts pounding as they ride into the sunrise, heading for Varadero. Meanwhile, tucked away at a hidden spot in a green suburb of Havana is a special Harley workshop where they build Trikes, or three-wheelers, from scratch. Antonio is the man in charge.
Hi. Here we have some old motorcycles being restored, depending on what the owners want. Modified, repaired, or kept original. This one here is from 1947, a panhead. We assembled it here with an engine from somewhere else. Over there is another one we turned into a trike, a three-wheeler. We do it all right here in the workshop. We means me, the machinist who makes many parts, and the bodywork guy. Everything's done here. I personally work on the fenders, which come from an old MZ trophy. We modify and widen them. The tires are from a Lada, since those are the most common. Then we make the trunk lid, small, but you can fit some stuff inside.
Antonio's workshop is a place full of creative fixes, old parts, and a family tradition.
This here is from back in the day at the Carnival. They used to do things like this on the Prado, near the Capitol. This one was called the Braid. And this one's the Pyramid. And that's my dad.
Antonio's place is cozy. Today, friends are coming over for a barbecue.
Some have arrived, but 2 are still missing. The others are lazy. They always show up only when everything's ready, just to eat and drink.
Everyone's showing up now. The workshop doubles as the living room and dining room. They just clear some space. Harley riders are in a world of its own here in Cuba. They've got their own style and rhythm, and always stick together. Back to Ling Chang and his Casa Club. The ride from Havana to Varadero is only about 100 kilometers, but even that needs to be carefully planned. One of the saddlebags fell off, no surprise given the roads. Everyone else is getting ready to roll out. This rider sucks the gas up through the hose, then fills the tank.
In Pinar del Rio, there was no power for 2 days.
I am excited to see all my friends that I haven't seen since last year, that we can all have a beer together and have a cigar and talk motorcycles and family and everything.
Unbelievable. They, the way they keep them running, the way they cherish them. And this place here has got the best of the motorcycles. And just the way they're showing me how they use different parts. Like there's a bike that was put together with washing machine nuts and bolts to get it to run. And that's brilliant.
The parts for them are very scarce and hard to find, but the ingenuity of the Cuban ingenuity is incredible because they make these things run. Not just, it's also a necessity to have it as the bike run, but they also love the heritage of the Harleys, and they want them running, up and down all over Cuba.
¿Y cómo te sientes hoy?
Bien, todo está bien.
Everything's set. The day we've all been waiting for is finally here. Some folks took off 2 days ago towards Playa Larga, but we're starting right here at the Casa Club. And as you can see, bikes keep rolling in. For Cuban bikers, coffee is the real fuel. Skip your morning coffee and your bike might just quit on you. It's like a little ritual. I'm hoping there won't be any problems on this ride. I topped up the oil, a bit of gas. I should make it.
The trip is about 130 kilometers. 1 tank of gas should just about get them there if they're lucky.
One more thing. We need to keep an eye on the 2 classic bikes. Does anyone need to fill up with gas?
No hay que parar. Sí, okay. Bueno, nada, caballero, ride safe, enjoy.
All right, time to roll. Off they go to the first stop, hopefully. But just 5 kilometers in, the first breakdown. Luckily, it's only a saddlebag that came loose.
That was fast, the first problem. One of the bags came loose. We'll just throw it in a car, then we're good to go.
I don't know, no one's told me. Beautiful ride though.
A quick fix, and they're back on the road. No more issues, and the first stop in Santa Cruz del Norte is in sight. That's already halfway to Varadero.
I'm getting myself some padded underwear. This seat is no good for long rides.
First, a pina colada to recharge, and some classic Cuban vibes with live music. Everyone's getting psyched for Varadero. The next stop, Matanzas. Time to refuel again, just to be safe. Only foreign credit cards work here, no cash, and hardly any Cubans have those. And fuel here costs nearly 3 times as much as usual.
At the unofficial exchange rate, a liter here costs about 400 pesos, so this is how I'm doing it. Yeah, it's better to have a beer instead.
Just a short ride left, and the destination is in sight. Varadero Beach. It's great to see everyone again. It's been a while. The group from Playa Larga has already arrived, and everything went smoothly. The Harley riders proudly show off their unique machines. There's also a bit of defiance in the air, meeting here year after year, despite all the economic and political challenges. The long weekend is finally here. A close-knit crew welcoming everyone with a bond like no other.
Si alguien suelta la soga, está descalificado.
This is the best part of my year. This means a lot to me because here you meet all the brothers you have.
And of course, there's dancing too. In Cuba, dancing is as natural as breathing.
Today was awesome.
For decades, the Harley riders and Cuba have walked a fine line between hardship and a fierce lust for life. Hopeful and resilient, the dream lives on, despite, or maybe because of, the tougher U.S. policies and Donald Trump's stricter rules.
Even if direct flights get canceled, I'm sure parts can still find their way through other countries, and that our brothers will keep helping us. That's just how it has to be. These connections run deep and aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
And what's a biker gathering without a little American rock? Soon, everyone will be heading home, filled with the spirit of freedom and adventure, already gearing up for next year's Harley gathering in Varadero. Did you enjoy the ride? Drop us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.